Hey everyone, today I want to talk about something that's been a total game saver in my workshop, the Durham Steel Super Heavy Duty Workbench. If you've ever tried using a flimsy folding table or a cheap workbench that wobbles every time you lean on it, you know how frustrating that can be. I've got one of those in my garage right now, and it's held together with hope and prayer. But this thing? It's a beast. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So, what makes this workbench stand out? First off, the build quality is next level. The top is a 14-gauge steel plate welded to a 3-inch channel frame, and it's 14,000 pounds rated. That's not just marketing, this thing isn't going anywhere. I've had it set up for months now, and it's as solid as the day I got it. No wobble, no flex, just pure stability. Whether you're doing heavy woodworking, metal fabrication, or even just using it as a sturdy surface for your tools, this bench can handle it. Another thing I love is how deep it is. At 36 inches, there's plenty of room to spread out your projects without feeling cramped. And the shelf underneath is 29 inches deep, which sits 10 inches off the ground. That's perfect for storing heavy tools or materials without taking up too much floor space. I've got my air compressor and a bunch of clamps down there, and everything stays organized and out of the way. The height is also really practical. At 34 inches, it's ergonomic enough that you don't have to hunch over while working, but it's not so tall that it feels awkward. I've used workbenches that were either too low or too high, and it's a pain. This one feels just right. Plus, it's fully assembled when it arrives, so you don't have to spend hours putting it together. That's a huge plus if you're like me and just want to get to work. The gray powder coat finish is another detail that stands out. It's not just for looks, it's durable and resistant to scratches and chips. I've had mine in a garage with all kinds of tools and equipment, and it still looks great. No rust, no peeling, just a solid finish that's built to last. Now, let's talk about the downsides. The first thing I noticed is that it's heavy. Like, really heavy. It ships fully assembled, which is awesome, but moving it around isn't a one-person job. If you're planning to rearrange your workshop often, this might not be the best choice. Also, it's a bit pricey compared to some of the cheaper options out there. But when you consider the build quality and durability, it's totally worth it. All in all, if you're serious about your workspace and need something that's going to last, this is the workbench to get. It's sturdy, spacious, and built to handle whatever you throw at it. Whether you're a DIYer or a professional, this thing is a solid investment. If you're interested in checking it out, the link is below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Durham Steel Super Heavy Duty Workbench HWB-3672-95, 14,000 pounds capacity, 36-inch length x 72 width x 34 height sounds impressive on paper. But weather strengths like all model include a 29¼ inches deep shelf which sits in top is 14 inches thick steel plate welded to 3 inches channel actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. What stands out about Durham Steel Super Heavy Duty Workbench HWB-3672-95, 14,000 pounds capacity, 36-inch length x 72 width x 34 height is how it seems positioned for buyers who want something practical, easy to understand, and worthwhile beyond the first impression. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Durham Steel Super Heavy Duty Workbench HWB-3672-95, 14,000 pounds capacity, 36-inch length x 72 width x 34 height usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.